we're satisfied that we are going to have to keep that cap in place. That cap, for example, has made the difference of 26 cents, I believe, on diesel. So that if that cap was not there, the diesel price would be 26 cents per litre more, and I believe it's 22 cents with respect to gasoline. We are going to extend that cap at least until the 31st of January. And we are doing that recognizing that Barbadians do need to be shielded some more. The truth, however, is that that cap in and of itself is not necessarily proven to be enough. And while things are difficult even for the government, we feel that we have an obligation to shield Barbadians more. We've looked around at the prices, we've looked around at what we can do, and we've made a determination as a government. And this morning we met collectively with the Public Service Vehicle Associations, with the Deputy Prime Minister, who is responsible for the Ministry of Transport and Works, as you know, and with the Senior Minister, Kerry Simmons, who is responsible for the Ministry of Energy. And after listening carefully to them, and after taking other considerations into place with respect to the volatility of pricing and the spiking that's taken place, we've made a determination that, look, we need to create an area of predictability that will allow people to plan out their affairs, and that we will place a cap not just on the VAT that we will receive and the pricing of that linked to the $80 a barrel, but we will now place a cap on the price of gasoline and the price of diesel at the pump, and that we will hold to that higher price until the 31st of January. To be very precise, if the prices fall below that cap, all of those reductions will be passed through to the consumer. If the prices go above that cap, the government will hold the line and keep the cap in place, but recognize that periodically we are then going to have to make whole the Barbados National Oil Company, who obviously are buying the product from others since they do not produce it. But we believe that we will manage that process better 2 to 3 times a year, but that for the consumer, you have to be able to have some level of predictability. For those whose living depends on it, whether you are public service vehicle operators, taxi operators, fishermen, regardless of who you are, we're going to try to cap that price. We've not tried, we are going to cap that price at the pump so as to give you that era of predictability. And therefore, with effect from Friday morning, we will have the price of gasoline at the pump capped at the price of $4.48 per litre, and with respect to diesel at $4.03 per litre. That is therefore going to represent a reduction in pricing with respect to both items from where they currently are, and the benefit of those prices will pass through, we believe, hopefully to all consumers and all people relying on gasoline and diesel to be able to do their work. As I say so, let me also reflect that the last occasion on which we spoke was with respect to the prices on food and the prices for cleaning items and personal hygiene items. The government gave a commitment then that those staples which we got agreement on from the retailers and the wholesalers with respect to the margins that they would charge relate to staples, that which is necessary to stay alive, whether for the purposes of feeding yourselves and your family, cleaning the household, and also equally the matters of personal hygiene. We recognize that there's been a lot of debate on all range of items and all range of cost of living items. And let me be very simple and very clear, we cannot bring down for everything. But we felt that we had an obligation to deal with the staples, and it is to those staples that we will continue to have the monitoring and the reporting to Cabinet, as well as to other stakeholders within the social partnership.